So today is about, a journey, and we're going to talk about a journey. And as I talked to you earlier about the pine cones, this is a jar, and it's an atlas jar. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
And it's atlas because of strength.
Okay.
So I chose the jar because
Yeah.
the name on it indicates strength. Pine cones also, you may not know, they can, especially female pine cones, take a long time to develop, like literally can be a decade or more.
Wow.
They're very resilient.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the significant. The other thing is that these are pine cones from the tree out in front.
Really?
Every time I would go to therapy, not every time, but when I would go to therapy and it was the right time of year and they had fallen off, I felt like I really had a connection with that tree, and I almost always parked by it. And I wanted to share those because when I'd have a good therapy session or even a challenging one, I would pick up pine cones.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my getting back to nature.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, well, how can I describe what these pine cones mean? So I bought some charms. And you see the first charm is a heart. It's broken.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a Band-Aid on it. When I first came, I was broken. And you saw me in that black sweatshirt. And I probably have never looked so horrific in my life and so broken, or felt so broken, I know, in my life. And I came and I was broken, and the second charm is it's a cross, and there are a lot of pieces around it. I had a lot of the pieces that I needed for this journey, but they weren't together and they didn't make any sense in the order they were in. I came and I did not know peace. I did not know peace. I was probably in the most troubling time in my life as far as not feeling at peace. The next charm is a turtle, and the process could be small at times, and slow, but we made it through the journey. I also had faith, and I appreciated that you gave me the opportunity to use my faith as a tool, and that you had faith in me that I could make it through this journey. And hence you believed in me, and I believed in me. The other thing you taught me was how to breathe. Oh my goodness. There were so many times when I was almost so panicked I couldn't hardly breathe. But you gave me the ability to breathe again. Along our journey, there were many times I didn't have hope, whether it was having a bad dream or having a bad day or a bad week or month or a bad time just reflecting upon everything. You always provided me hope. When I left here, I never left here without hope. Blessed. I know that somehow, because I had great fear when I first came here, is God going to put me with the right person? What am I going to do if it's the wrong person? How am I going to make it through this journey? I was blessed. I never had that worry or that concern. The next was dream. Lots about dreams. I couldn't even dream. A good dream. The only dreams that I had when I first came here were bad, scary dreams, and just dreams that I've never had in decades of my life. And my dreams went from, the bad dreams started to lessen and finally went away. The next is laugh. I just couldn't hardly laugh. And laughter is so important in life. And even on the bad days, we could oftentimes find humor in lots and lots of things. The next, after laughter, is inspire. And as you know, there were times that I could not be inspired, and I'm a very creative soul.
Yeah.
And it was very hard for me to not be able to be creative. And if you remember the day, I told you the day the music died.
Yeah.
And that was so hard. And the wonderful thing is, that I'm starting to feel, along my journey, I started to feel those things. First, I recognized them because I didn't even recognize them, that they were there. And then I became inspired again, and I could write, and I could photograph, and I could be happy in that creative journey in my life. Which brings me to create. I couldn't create anything. I just felt like I could only just make it through the days, and you help me to create and be creative again and find that creative part that I needed in my life, especially to share with my grandchildren and my family and even my people and my friends in my life and my coworkers. And the next is love. I could love again. I could love even those people who had done the most damage to me and not been helpful on my journey or, a part of my journey. I just am so grateful that we got to share that. The next one is live. That's so important. I have so much to live for.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that I always had so much to live for. But now I can live for those things I knew, but live a different life than when I came in here in December of 2020, a broken heart. A Band-Aid wouldn't even help my heart. Lastly, is a faith for the future. I believe that the future is very, very bright for me. And I just want you to know how much you have done all these things for me in your job. And I feel like it's not often in life that we get to be with someone who can create a time in your life and make sense out of it and take you to a point where you can function on your own fully. So for that, I'm grateful, and I'll never forget you for the rest of my life. And if God is willing, hopefully our paths will cross in the future, because I will always remember you regardless whether we see each other again after today or not. Mark my words, I might look me up one day. I don't know what the statute of limitations is, but I'll find out. Thank you again so much, Caitlin. I'll never forget you.